Hello there. My name is Maury and with my co-host Corey. We are The Real Guys and this is The Real Show with 2 ears. Today we're going to head down the path into the Temple of Doom because we're reviewing Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. As always, I'm with my co-host Corey. How are you doing today, Corey?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Corey, let me take you back to a year.
Okay.
1984.
Okay.
What were you doing in that year?
Spelunking.
Spelunking?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Perhaps you weren't listening to The Real Show.
No.
Because it hadn't been invented yet.
Nope.
But what you could have been doing was perhaps watching it on YouTube. But YouTube hadn't invented either.
Nope.
That means that if you want to watch The Real Show on YouTube, yes, that's the segue I was creating there. You can watch it on The Real Show YouTube channel with The Real Show, Real with 2 E's. Also, you can follow us on Twitter if your rate limit's not exceeded.
Yeah.
You can follow us on The Real Show FM. I quote our episodes out, and also other fun stuff like what we're doing, what we're recording, teasers for next week's, fun little jokes, yarrel poof sometimes a bit of yaddle. That's what I do on the Twitter. Also, if you're on Spotify or Amazon Apple Podcasts and we get your podcast, we're there. Anyway, you get your audio. I was listening to some kind of audio podcast, and they said at the start to advertise themselves.
Yes.
They said, whatever audio platform you use, I think platform. Whatever audio platform you use, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that.
Oh, swiggity swoody.
Audio platform. Saying that, I think technically we're not on every audio platform.
Yeah, it's like
we're on most.
Last week when we were doing Camp Cretaceous, they can't say the word YouTube.
Yeah.
So Brooklyn has to say web channel.
Yeah.
And I think, web channel, Brooklyn, But web channel probably is some kind of weird slang for TikTokers or something.
But no,
I've got a web channel.
We're on most places.
We've got a web channel, guys. We've got a web channel. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Correct.
Is a 1984 American action-adventure film directed by Steven Spielberg with story by the one and only George Lucas.
Also correct.
We are covering Indiana Jones now, apparently.
Yeah, this is the thing we're doing.
We did Raiders 2 weeks ago.
Yep, Raiders.
And
still calling it Raiders.
And now we're doing Temple. Do they call it Temple, Corey?
Sure.
Temple of Doom. I'm just going to call it Temple of Doom.
Yep.
To save Indiana Jones and the.
Yes.
And then if we're doing one every other day, as we say, every other week, we'll be doing Last Crusade, and then Crystal Skull if you want to.
Yes.
I think why not? Let's go for the whole hog. Yeah. Let's go for the whole hog on this.
And then again, like we say, if at that point we can go watch Blood Destiny on Disney Plus or whatever, blah, blah, we'll cover that.
2 weeks ago, Corey said that Temple of Doom is his favourite.
Correct.
He's going to spend the next 45 minutes telling me why.
Well, no, we're going to spend the next half an hour. Right. I don't know if I can spend it for 45 minutes.
Okay.
You overjudge my love of Temple of Doom.
Okay. Do I underjudge your love of Temple of Doom?
Maybe.
Maybe I perfectly judge your love of Temple of Doom.
Maybe not.
Tell me why you love Temple of Doom,
okay.
Corey.
So, Indiana Jones.
Oh, wait, obviously, spoilers for a film that came out in 1984.
Correct.
You old men.
Yep. Okay, so, Harrison Ford, right?
I'm aware of him.
Yep, good. We went through last time. One of his great things.
Yep.
Star
Carpenter.
Wars.
Whatever he was. Painter decorator.
Yep.
Making you a chair.
Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Blade Runner, etc.
Han Solo.
Yes. We reviewed Raiders, and we're like, oh yeah, this is the perfect Indiana Jones film. It's got everything you want. It's got the boulder, it's got all these set pieces, it's great and fun. For me, as much as Raiders was good, and I liked the story, and the whole thing for the Ark, and the Nazis, and the whole kind of, this is... People
want you say you like the Nazis?
No, the story with the Nazis.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Temple of Doom is more silly, and for me, I prefer that. Because...
I do agree.
This is like... Because in Raiders Lost Ark, okay, right, cool. It's like World War...
It's serious.
You've got the Nazis, this is a serious thing. Temple of Doom, you've got like man with painted paint on his head.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going to rip your heart out.
Big headdress.
And... Like, it's just weird, and I like that.
It's more of the kind of... I don't want to say it flirts with fantasy.
It does, yeah, exactly.
It does somewhat flirt with fantasy.
Does it a little bit, not to the extent of, like, Crystal Skull, where aliens now exist.
That's sci-fi, Corey.
I know, but I'm just saying, like...
Fantasy is what we have here. It's like where there's a portal to hell under the temple or whatever, and they lower people into the portal in the big cage rack thing.
And I don't mind that. I think this is very well, very fun.
All your favourite characters are back. Like Indiana Jones, for example.
Everyone's favourite.
It's a prequel. Do you know that, Corey?
Yep.
It's set a year before Raiders.
Correct.
So we get Indiana Jones, who's just a dog of a man. He's just slipping and sliding through his adventures. He's not really caring what he's doing. Oh, the plane's crashing. I'm going to try and pilot the plane. Oh, no, we've crashed.
Yep.
I'm in a bar fighting a club. I'll just punch a woman in the face.
Yeah.
And 2 guys are going to draw swords on me. Oh, I'll just shoot them. Because that's just what he does.
Yep.
It's not like a funny joke, like, oh, I think I'll use my gun on this guy. That's what he does. He goads people into sword fights.
Pretty much.
And then, so he can just whip out his pistol and shoot them.
Yeah.
But he's not alone in this adventure.
No.
With him is Kate Capshaw.
Yep.
Who's very loud, very screamy. But you know what? I feel like I like that.
Yep.
Because Ravenhead or Ravenwood or whatever her name was in Raiders, she was, competent.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hold a knife to this guy, and I'm going to get out of this situation myself, and I can take care of myself. Strong female woman don't need no man.
Yes.
But Kate Capshaw is just the complete opposite, and it's the MASH effect, really is. She's screamy, she's loud, she's fear of bugs, fear of snakes, fear of everything. She just can't hack it in the world of adept archaeological adventure.
Correct.
Like Indiana Jones can. But Indiana Jones he's just muscling his way through. He's just punching people with his elbows. He's grabbing knives and guns and holding it to anybody. He's a real scrap lad of a man.
Exactly. And you can't talk about sidekicks without famously the most famous Indiana Jones sidekick, which is Short Round.
That's right, and I love Short Round.
Oh, Short Round's great.
I love Short Round. I don't know how people in 1984 could have disliked Short Round.
Yeah, I know.
Because it baffles me. It's kind of like I'm looking at this poor little Ke-Huy Quan. He's so adorable in this one. I just want to pinch his little cheeks and just give him a hug. He's so adorable. When he's riding on the elephant, he's like, have you ever been to America before? We're going to go to America after this. You're my best friend. And he hugs the elephant, and I'm like, oh, my heart bleeds. He's so adorable and so small. I just want to pick him up and hug him. And he's just so cute, just a little lad. He's so cute. And he goes, when they're playing the cards, he goes, you're cheating.
Yeah.
And then he just says, so are you. And then Short Round says, well, you're cheating more than me. He said, you do a bigger cheat. So I'm cheating. My level of cheating's all right, but yours is out of our line.
Yeah.
He's just fantastic. I think he's really a great addition. I'm so sad he didn't appear in anything else.
Yeah.
And Ke-Huy Quan stopped acting for 15 or 20 years. And it reminds me of something I watched recently called, if you might know of it, called American Born Chinese on Disney+.
Don't know of it. Enlighten me.
Adaptation of a comic book.
Okay.
It's got a character in there who's played by Ke-Huy Quan,
okay,
who used to be like a big American sitcom actor.
Okay, yep.
And played this very famous role on a sitcom called Beyond Repair that the show makes up, right? Yep. And his whole thing was he was that kind of typical Asian comedic relief character, and nowadays he's stopped acting completely, and he's a theatre teacher, just like Ke-Huy Quan was, or an acting teacher, I think Ke-Huy Quan became. And he gets invited back for a what do they call it? A reunion panel, right? And on that reunion panel, he kind of takes his time to say, well, at the time, this role was very, not cliched, but archetypal is the word we're looking for. This word was very archetypal, and now, but I hope it's opened the doors for, a lot of Asian actors and actresses to have roles in the more respected, characterful roles that they have nowadays. And with Ke-Huy, they do the whole thing. They say introducing Ke-Huy Quan, like they expect him to be big after this, and he did Goonies, and that was it, really. Unfortunately, until now, last year, when he came back and Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it's been
great.
Soaring High ever since, won an Academy Award. So this goes out to anyone. This goes out to Ke-Huy Quan.
He's
great
really
job.
Well.
Yeah,
had a reunion with Harrison Ford as well.
He did have a great. They hugged. I saw the reunion. You can see Harrison Ford's face change when they see him.
Have you also heard the behind the scenes thing where I can't remember who it was first when Ke-Huy Quan was behind the scenes, obviously as Short Round on the set, and I can't remember if it's Indiana Jones who asked him if he's Short Round or if it's Ke-Huy Quan who asked Harrison Ford, "Are you Indiana Jones?" And then they kind of both went into character a bit.
Yeah,
I think it was Harrison Ford who asked him if he's Short Round, and then Harrison Ford kind of went into character as Indiana Jones. I had a little moment on set
Bless him.
Before it started.
Well, they were really trying to push that Short Round is almost the new young Indiana Jones, right? Because there's points where he's wearing Indiana Jones doesn't let his son wear his hat in the fourth one.
Yes.
He doesn't let Shia LaBeouf wear his hat. He lets Short Round wear his hat.
Yep.
Like 3 times.
Yep.
Short Round's going around in the hat. He looks all cute and he's such a sweetheart. And there's another point where Indiana Jones has got that guard down in the mines and he's beating up the guard. He's going like punch, elbow, punch, elbow. And behind him, you can see a little Short Round doing the same thing to the king or whatever.
Yeah.
He's doing the same thing. He's going punch. Oh, he's doing the same motion. So it's kind of like you're trying to mirror like, oh, this kid could grow up to be an Indiana Jones type.
Yep. Which obviously hasn't happened. Could potentially happen. I
want it to happen.
If they want to keep the Indiana Jones films going, now obviously Dan Destiny is Harrison Ford's last outing as Indiana Jones. Short Round's a perfect pick. Have it be an older Short Round where he's inspired by what Indiana Jones does and he just goes off and does his own thing.
Yeah.
Just have it be that. And cool, because then he can keep doing the whole, like, I'm going to go look for different artifacts, and it's not Harrison Ford, it's someone else, and just do that for, like, another 3 films or whatever. It'd be great, it'd be fun. I'd go watch that.
Yeah, great. Then we have the antagonist of the film. It's the Thuggee.
Yeah.
They are sort of spiritual, religious.
Yeah.
People of the sort of Indian mountains who practice things like very like human sacrifice and religious deity worship and stuff with hell and whatnot.
Yeah, just normal everyday. Who doesn't?
Aztec human sacrifice, that type of stuff. A lot of devil worship. They were all wearing skulls. They've all got their masks and whatnot. Very. I'm trying to find a way to describe it because there's something with this film that I want to touch on just slightly. We're not touching it very long.
Okay.
But there's a couple of things in this film that I feel like nowadays would not happen at all. Because in 1984, you would not go to wherever they go to, sort of India, those type of mountain ranges and whatnot. They're... Hold on, let me see if it says kind of...
Okay.
They escape the Himalayas, sorry.
Yep.
They go to the Himalayas and they arrive in the Indian village of Mayapur. That's where they see the people and their stones are missing. Yes. They're missing their sacred stones and Indiana Jones has to go into this Thuggee temple to try and find them. That's the Temple of Doom, okay? Yes. But while they're in this Himalayas, there's a lot of, like... When I say these kind of things wouldn't happen nowadays, it's like you go to a banquet and the people are trying to serve you and they're serving you but stew with eyeballs in it.
Yeah.
And big snake that's got loads of tiny snakes inside it.
Yep.
And kind of all that type of stuff. And then later on, he fights a man who is, and I'm going to say this honestly, is a man in blackface.
Yes.
Actually, strangely enough, it's the same guy who played the big Nazi in Raiders. If you didn't know that.
I did not.
It's the same guy that plays the big Nazi in Raiders that he punches around the plane.
Great.
He's in blackface, and he's as a guardsman or something. Yeah. And... that would not happen. It reminds me of those films you find on daytime on like Channel 4 that they've clearly bought for like £3, and there's an actor in blackface in it, and they just didn't care to check it. But it wouldn't be made nowadays. But something that Disney Plus has started to do is, especially with some of their films that were made in this type of 1970s type time, they put a kind of disclaimer at the front that says like this was a product of its time, and many things are different. But But nowadays we da. But this has been shown in its original form to preserve da. And that's very proper and a very PR way to do it. Obviously to avoid people getting offended. But nowadays that just wouldn't happen. But what I'm proposing, Corey, is there was this whole thing, if you can remember, about Roald Dahl's books.
Yes.
Removing certain words from Roald Dahl's books and replacing them with other words.
Yep.
What I propose is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, we remove all that stuff and replace it in post with things that are inoffensive, like perhaps instead of fighting a giant man in blackface, Indiana Jones can fight like a giant lizard man, like a Gorn from Star Trek or something.
Giant lizard man.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
And instead of being served instead of Willie Scott being repulsed by food that's like animals like eyeballs and whatever, and and big, horrible, rotting snakes.
Yep.
You can be fed like strawberry ice cream, and so you can look at the big bowl of strawberry ice cream and go like that. That's what I'm proposing.
You know what? If you can pitch that to Disney
Plus.
I was about to say George Lucas doesn't matter anymore.
No, George Lucas doesn't own the rights anymore. He sold Star Wars as well. I'll pitch it to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, this is the version that we need.
Good luck to you on that one.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it'll get rid of all the insensitive stuff.
Yeah.
However, apart from the insensitive stuff and my pitches to solve it, there's a fair bit of action in this film. You get your classic Indiana Jones fist fights.
Yeah. Get a bit of a fist fight.
Rolling in the dirt.
Nice action on the bridge.
Yeah, nice. Oh, I love that bridge action.
Rope bridge
action.
Yeah.
He gets the very famous moment of him lifting the sword and going, "Prepare to meet Kali in hell."
Yeah.
He cuts the bridge and they all fall down there. And you see the effects for this film, I'm going to mention.
Go on.
Obviously, these bodies are not falling,
No.
50 feet into a river full of man-eating crocodiles.
Correct.
But you can sort of see the bodies kind of spin and cartwheel down the hill, even when the thuggy priest, who's called Motor Ram, his name is, when he falls in, you can see his body kind of hit the rocks and go, tumble into the water.
Yeah.
And then you see the crocodiles come in. And that's a fun piece of effect stuff to watch there.
Yeah.
If you'd notice a little reference at the start, the American Shanghai club is called Club Obi-Wan.
Correct. I've got some trivia.
All right, trivia. All right, let's segue to trivia.
That was one of them.
It's trivia time. Yeah. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Trivia. It's Corey. Take us away.
So, you know the Indian village shaman?
Okay.
Correct, right? Now, apparently, according to good old IMDb here, a lot of his dialogue has a lot of pauses, right? Bit of dramatic effect from the old village shaman. Apparently that's because the guy who played him couldn't speak English. So Steven Spielberg has to essentially give him lines off camera, and he just had to repeat what Steven Spielberg was saying while he was acting.
I see.
So that's why he was speaking that way, apparently. Because he essentially is going to look at Spielberg and waiting for Spielberg to say the next line, so he could then repeat what Spielberg was saying. Also, yes, the nightclub called Club Obi-Wan. What else you got? George Lucas is in this film.
Is he?
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's a missionary in the background in the airport scene at the beginning.
Oh, that's wonderful.
There we go. Dan Aykroyd's also
Dan Aykroyd's in this film, yeah, as the plane kind of... the kind of boarding officer.
Steven Spielberg is also in this film.
Pat Roach is in this film. Did you know that, Corey?
He's not on the cameo bit.
Oh, okay. Pat Roach is in this film. Well, on the wiki, it says, I don't know how accurate this is.
Okay.
It says the professional wrestler Pat Roach plays the thuggy overseer in the mines who Indy has a large brawl with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Pat Roach is the same guy who played the guy from Raiders, the big Nazi from Raiders.
Okay.
So you didn't recognise him there. Oh, yes, it says Dan Aykroyd appears briefly with a British accent as Weber.
Yes.
Who escorts Jones, Short Round, and Willie from the car to the plane. Not only does George Lucas have a cameo, Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy, and Steven Spielberg also appear at the airport.
Yes. Because that's just got a big airport full of people.
Big cameo city. Cameo city. Hey, Dan Aykroyd, how you doing? You ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yes. Buston makes him feel good.
But true.
And other.
There's also is the we have the British Army are in this film as well.
Yep.
Captain Philip Blumbert, who is a British Indian Army officer, who's touring the palace. There was very British Empire in 1984 and but they assist at the end by helping Indiana fight off the cultists at the bridge.
Correct.
There was this had gone the way that Empire Strikes Back had, with it being much a darker film in tone. I'm reminded of the part where Indiana Jones is taken over by the cultists. They feed him the blood,
and
he becomes enchanted, and he's slapping Short Round and grabbing Willie and trying to take her heart out and whatnot. That's quite harrowing stuff. See your hero, turn by almost Luke to the dark side type of feeling there. The way that Empire Strikes Back had gone as well was the second, quite dark part of the Star Wars trilogy. And Spielberg had said the danger in making a sequel is that you can never really satisfy anyone.
Yes.
If you give people the same movie with different scenes, they'll say, why weren't you more original? But if you give them the same character, another adventure with a different tone, you risk disappointing the other half of the audience who just want to copy the first film with a different girl and a different bad guy.
Yeah.
So you win and lose both ways.
Mm.
But I think it's just really the best pin you could put on this film, personally.
Yep. I mean, like I said last week, I prefer it to the first one.
Mm.
But this is my Indiana Jones. The Last Crusade, from what I remember, I've not seen that one in a while.
Mm.
That was also pretty good. That's the one that I kind of don't go back to. Whenever I go back to Indiana Jones, normally it's this one. Just because I find it fun. And I like Short Round.
But would you like to know what... Would you like to know...
Go on.
What Temple of Doom could have been?
Tell me. Is it like an old script or like an old idea or something?
No, like an old draft.
Okay.
George Lucas initially set the film a year earlier to avoid repeating the use of the Nazis as the villains.
Right.
Spielberg originally wanted to bring Marion Ravenwood back.
Okay.
Considered as a possible character. In developing the story, George Lucas conceived of an opening chase scene with Indiana Jones on a motorcycle similar to
Last
Crusade, on the Great Wall of China.
Okay.
Followed by the discovery of a lost world pastiche or the hidden valley inhabited by dinosaurs.
Right, okay.
Another idea was to feature the Monkey King as a plot device.
Right.
Strange enough, appears in American-born Chinese.
Yep.
You're aware of the tale of the Monkey King
Yes.
and the Jade Emperor? Yeah.
Yep.
However, Chinese authorities refused permission to film in the country, requiring a different setting. Lucas then wrote a film treatment that included a haunted castle in Scotland,
Okay.
which may also tie back to Last Crusade, but only with Sean Connery's involvement, and also the fact that he pretends to be a Scottish lord when infiltrating the castle in Last Crusade. But Spielberg thought it was too similar to Poltergeist,
Okay.
so the setting was transformed into a demonic temple in India.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas came up with an idea involving a religious cult devoted to black magic and human sacrifice, and Lawrence Kasdan, who wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark, was asked to write the script. I didn't want to be associated with Temple of Doom, he reflected. I thought it was horrible. It's so mean, there's nothing pleasant about it. I think Temple of Doom represents a chaotic period in both Lucas and Spielberg's lives, and the movie is very ugly and mean-spirited. Lucas hired Willard Huyck, I'm going to say, and Gloria Katz to write the script with their knowledge of Indian culture. And there was a lot of influences in the film. Huyck and Katz spent 4 days at Skywalker Ranch for story discussions, and with Lucas and Spielberg in 1982.
Yep. Okay.
So, and it was that Indiana would recover something stolen from a village and decide whether or not to give it back.
Yep.
And the picture would start in China and work its way to India, which did happen, obviously, in Shanghai.
Yes.
And of course, we're very single-minded about it through meetings, saying that Steven would always stop and think about visual stuff.
Yeah.
Which, of course, Steven Spielberg, one of the best visual directors. You always get good-looking stuff when you go to Steven Spielberg.
Yep.
And there's no complaints there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. If you were Steven Spielberg or George Lucas,
I need to wear like a hat and have a beard.
And you were told, right,
and a jacket.
Ignore Dial of Destiny, right?
Right.
Let's say that you've been right with start. It says Harrison Ford's last adventures in Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Where would you make him go? Is there like an artifact
goodness me.
or something you wish
That's a massive thing.
that like Indiana Jones would go after? Or
Excalibur.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Was my instant thought.
Yeah.
Probably yes because of Last Crusade.
Also, yeah.
But obviously, obviously spoilers for maybe Dial of Destiny. Oh, no, I won't say it. I didn't want to say anything for Dial of Destiny. What happens to characters, obviously.
Yep.
But I think carrying on from Last Crusade might be a good place to jump off.
Yeah.
Let's not ignore Crystal Skull. Maybe put something Crystal Skull in it.
Yeah.
But build it off Raiders and off Last Crusade, I say. And take him after Excalibur. Bring back John Rhys Davies like in Dial of Destiny.
Cool.
Where would Excalibur be?
Well, technically, it'll be down south in like Cornwall or wherever it was.
Yeah,
that's where
maybe.
Knarful
But that's not really an exciting place for an Indiana
No,
Jones
it's not.
adventure, is it? In Cornwall, in Devon.
Yeah.
Or, I'm about to do a farmer accent then. I go, all right, Indiana Jones.
Is that your farmer? Okay, I can kind of hear it.
Hey, Indiana Jones, he's here.
Okay, it's
How are you doing, Indiana Jones? Get off my land.
Sure.
You're searching for...
Why are you saying that with a closed eye like you're a pirate?
That's my farmer face.
That's your
It's
farmer,
my farmer face. Hey, get off my land.
Okay.
You're right, Indiana Jones. You're a rapscallion. You're getting off. I'm turning to a pirate.
You are
now.
turning into a pirate, yeah.
Indiana Jones. You're again. Pirate adventure. Indiana Jones.
It's not bad.
Why isn't he doing that?
What would he get though if you're a pirate?
Davy Jones's locker. There you go. Hi, avast ye Indiana.
Nice.
You're searching for Davy Jones's locker, aye.
Yeah.
You're gonna be going down to the depths of the ocean, aye. You're gonna be searching under the water.
Maybe he's trying to find Atlantis. I was gonna say.
Amazing.
I was gonna say El Dorado, which is the city of gold, which would
yeah.
make sense. Or
Poseidon. What? No. Who uses the trident?
it is Poseidon.
Yeah, Poseidon's trident.
Yeah.
And it's in Atlantis. Avast ye Indiana Jones.
Or Neptune if you're
You're
Roman.
going Neptune's trident is in the city of Atlantis. You're going to want to go down.
Who's telling him this? Just some random pirate he happens to meet.
Captain Barbossa is Jeffrey Rush is there. He's Aye. Arr, you're going to be going down, Indiana Jones.
Right.
Now, this is what the poster's going to be.
And then
it's going to be Atlantis,
Yep.
right? There's Indiana Jones at the front.
yeah.
Jeffrey Rush is behind him. He's
Yeah.
playing the pirate captain.
Yep.
Who else is there? Marion Ravenwood is going to be there as well. Bring Short Round back. Ke-Huy Quan is there as well.
And then you obviously, because it's Indiana Jones, they're in the ocean or in Atlantis, whatever. He sees an eel, but it's a sea snake, isn't it? That's what an eel is.
Why did it have to be eels?
Yeah, exactly.
Why didn't it have to be eels?
There we go.
The bad guy's trapped him in a tank full of water, obviously, and there's eels in it, and he has to get out of the tank and before the eels get
There
him.
we go. And also, he can't use a whip underwater.
No.
It's not going to work.
No, he can't. He's just going to be floppy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a gun underwater.
Can't use it.
Can you use a gun underwater? Is that
No.
the bullets work underwater now or not?
Don't think. Well,
Sometimes they do.
yeah, it depends.
There's a Mythbusters probably. Is there a Mythbusters on where the bullets work in water? There must be. Adam Savage has got to be on that.
Yeah. Bullets under water. Is that a
Now
thing
we're
that's
just
done?
pitching the new
Yes.
Indiana Jones film. Is what
Yes,
we're effectively doing.
there is a Mythbusters.
Oh, I knew it.
Bulletproof water.
Is that okay?
Hiding underwater can stop bullets from hitting. Right. Can you just tell me the results,
Right,
please?
okay. What does Adam Savage find out?
All supersonic bullets up to 50 caliber disintegrated in less than 3 feet of water, but slow velocity
Right.
bullets like pistol rounds need 8 feet to slow to non-lethal speeds. Shotguns require even so. Essentially, you can still be
Right, you can still be killed by a bullet.
depending on what gun it is.
Right.
You could still
Well, he's
at
got a
least
pistol, so I
you
think
might
you'll be fine.
you might not be killed, but you will be like heavily wounded.
Right. Okay.
Depending, but you have to be like close.
Okay.
Most water-shot shots are fired from an angle less actual depth is needed to create a necessary separation.
Because you see the bullet go into the water and it has like a trail in it and it goes like shoo, and you have to like dodge the bullets in the water.
I like how that's. But also, in fact, Mythbusters did do an episode of Indiana Jones.
Did they?
Yeah, it was
about the whip, I bet.
No, it was if you fell through the I think it's Temple of Doom actually.
Oh yeah, the bridge.
You fall. No. You fall through like the little like shops have little like
Oh right, yeah.
not umbrellas, whatever they're called, like the little like shade of the windows, and you fall through them.
They've got a name.
But did that and said if you fell through them, would it slow you down enough to survive? No, I believe the answer was no.
Oh, yeah,
you would still be injured from that.
Yeah.
We watched it in I think it was like Media Studies or something. I love Mythbusters.
I do like a bit of Mythbusters. I've seen their Breaking Bad episode where they do the ones from they do the stuff from Breaking Bad, like the automatic gun at the end and like the explosions and things like that.
Yeah. Attempts to prove different myths and urban legends. Where is it? The Indiana Jones one. They've done a lot actually. Escape slide parachute. Possibility of surviving a fall from an airplane and life raft as depicted in Temple of Doom. It was not possible to survive as shown in the film. Surviving a fall through several awnings. That's what it is.
Yeah.
In particular, Temple of Doom, testimony was shown to survive, but strong gorges indicate that serious injury is likely to occur.
Okay.
So Indiana Jones plausibly could have motorcycle flip. That's from Last Crusade.
What I think of Portal when you said that?
What? Which one?
The first one. Is GLaDOS does the safety briefings where she goes, serious injuries may
Oh,
occur.
okay. That's Last Crusade, and there's quite a few from
and the
Raiders of
safety
the Lost
of others.
Ark as well.
Please refrain from...
They had done one with a whip test, tested if it could see if it could break the sound barrier.
Could it? you can crack a whip. You can go
slightly in excess.
We had this problem last time. You
can.
With Indiana Jones.
You can.
We couldn't make an accurate whip sound.
No, well, you can't. That's better. That's better. Yeah.
I saw you read it on the gun thing, Corey. That was.
Thank you.
I won't do a gun effect here, so you've got no chance to. Even though you could just take my whip effect, I've just done and put it on.
And put it on.
Yeah, I know. I think that's going to happen most likely.
Of course it is.
You've got to watch the YouTube channel to see that, folks.
Yes, you do. Can't get video after. You can get video on Spotify, but we're not good enough.
We should invest in YouTube Shorts. You know, that's a big thing nowadays.
Yeah, but we might as well just do TikTok at the same time.
Yeah, true. And I've said one of my God-given rules in life is I will never do a TikTok as long as I live.
Yeah.
Even though
if we now get TikTok, that's the first that's going to be on there. Again, we'll never do TikTok as long as I live.
It's this episode, and it's me looking into the camera, saying, and I quote, and one of my God-given rules is as long as I live, I will never do a TikTok.
Yeah.
We're going to leave a pause so it can actually be made.
Yes.
You know. But I was about to say, well, people can get very popular on TikTok, so it's not actually that bad of a market.
Also, YouTube Shorts and TikToks are practically the same thing.
Yeah, effectively they are.
Yeah. You might, because if you make something for YouTube Shorts, you might as well back on TikTok. It's the same format.
Exactly, true.
Yeah.
Well, if you can handle the format, I mean, why not? What's stopping us? Apart from my moral objection. As I said, the following clip will probably be posted to our TikTok if we ever make one.
No, what's stopping us is the fact that we need quick, witty, like short form comedy.
Do we have quick, witty, short-form comedy?
We've discussed
Quick, Corey, tell me a joke.
We've discussed this before, and I don't know if we do.
You don't think we have quick, witty, short-form comedy?
No.
Oh.
I don't know if we do. Out of context, great.
Yeah, our context is great.
Yeah.
But I feel, that could be.
You need like 10 to 20 seconds.
Right.
That's going to make people go, "What are they talking about?" Or what, like some weird, like not clickbait, but like obviously something that's like a bit weird.
Something that's enticing.
Yeah.
How do we entice the viewer?
Like if someone was flipping through TikTok, right? Or dancing.
I
sexted my boss.
Here are these two,
That's another podcast.
Handsome guys. And
we need like 2 seconds for them to go, I'm going to stay on this video.
Okay.
How do we do it? Great.
Not with that. Not with that, Lewis. I thought about... What went through my head was, how can I say something that's related to Indiana Jones, but also make it short and funny?
Yeah.
Hey, Indiana Jones, you've got a whip? How about you whip me, Daddy? That's not going on for TikTok. No, that's not going to make it.
That is, however, going to be on radio show, so hello, everyone in the cars.
Sorry about that, Ryan.
No, it might not. He's away.
Again, oh no, we can't. Oh, goodness, we can't bury Ryan in these episodes.
He's not here. He's away. So he won't know.
Poor Ryan. He takes too much abuse.
Poor Ryan. He's on holiday.
Oh, is he living up? He's living up. He's not here.
He's having a great time, I'm sure.
I wished him a great time on the phone as well. I said, have a good time.
Oh, good for
Congratulations. Have some time off. Enjoy yourself.
Good for you. I like how this is now gone from Indiana Jones and onto a TikTok discussion.
He works too hard. Well, no, it's an Indiana Jones related TikTok discussion of how we can make Indiana Jones... It's the same thing. How can we bring Indiana Jones to the 21st century? My answer is, Corey, pirates. Avast ye, Indiana Jones. You're going to be heading down to the deep water. You're going to be going in to the city of Atlantis. Avast.
Great.
See, that's how we bring Indiana Jones to the 21st century, Corey.
Great.
Temple of Doom, waters of... what's the opposite of doom? Happiness. No, doom is like certain death.
Opposite.
So, what would the opposite of doom be?
Doom. Opposite or... What?
Are you looking for an anonym? It's called an anonym.
Yeah.
I think, not a synonym. Synonym is
hello, word hippo.
Word hippo?
Yeah. That's, word hippo is a...
Okay.
Need anonyms, so antonyms for
antonyms,
doom.
sorry.
Here's a list of opposite words from our thesaurus.
It's called Indiana Jones and the City of...
What? None of his work.
Go on, let's name one then, just for an example.
Boone.
City of Boone?
Yeah.
What the hell's Boone?
Boone. What's Boone? No, tell me, but oh my God, I googled it now.
Boone, it's like Doom backwards.
No, new.
Mood.
It's new backwards. All thing that is helpful or beneficial.
Okay.
Apparently is what Boone is.
City of Boone doesn't really have a...
Isn't Boone also like a pirate thing where like you give it's like money or something?
That's
Boone?
the booty.
Oh, maybe. Good Fortune. What?
The City of Good Fortune. That does sound a bit like a PPI ad.
It does, yeah. Opposite or predetermined of unavoidable destiny. Choice, free will, freedom, violation.
City of Freedom. That sounds a bit
misfortune.
Very American.
Misfortune's bad.
Misfortune is bad. You want City of Fortune?
Yeah.
Which does sound pretty cool. I'd admit. I'd watch Indiana Jones and the City of Fortune.
That's not bad.
I think we've got to have that.
Hope.
City of Hope.
Hope's not bad.
That doesn't sound as good to me. I think I'm set on City of Fortune, Corey. I think that's probably going to be the best one we're going to get.
Okay.
The Watery City of Fortune. Maybe not the Watery.
No, Watery doesn't work.
Watery's not going to work.
That's too much.
But it is under the water. It's just City of Fortune. I think City of Fortune is work better. You can call it City or Fortune if you're calling it Raiders or Temple.
Yeah, true.
Or Crusade, Skull, Fortune. See, it works, doesn't it? It works. Hire us, Steven Spielberg. We're available.
What's they called when like pirates? Is it like an?
We'll write it for you.
What's they called like pirates go on like a journey? It's not like an excursion, is it? What is it? What would it be called technically?
A pirate go on a journey.
Yeah. Like when they set sail. And they're like looking for treasure.
And they say Avast.
Yeah. What would that do? Because obviously you got like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Right.
You've got like The Last Crusade. So if it was like a pirate thing, what would it be called?
I don't know. Honestly, that might require another Google.
It might require another Google.
I'm not too sure what it's called when pirates go on a journey. So we're saying Indiana Jones becomes a pirate. Maybe he doesn't become a pirate.
Well, yeah.
He needs to use the help of the pirates to get to Atlantis. The City of Fortune, hence the title of the film.
It's like when Columbus went to go find America. What he set off on is it like an expedition or something?
An expedition, I think so.
Yeah.
But pirates wouldn't call it an expedition. That's too long of a word for a pirate.
It's true actually. Yeah, it's too long of a word for a pirate.
Yeah, it's got too many of them syllables. I can't say them. Gotta cut them down. Avast.
Sorry, Google's just... People also ask, what are some pirate phrases?
Okay. What about...
First one is ahoy. Makes perfect
ahoy!
sense.
Yeah, great. That is a pirate phrase. Ahoy is a good pirate phrase, that is.
Avast.
I love it. I already say it so many times.
I makes sense.
I've already said that word. Yeah.
Do you know what the other one is?
It surprised me.
Har yagar.
Har yagar.
Yeah.
R is a pirate.
I'm assuming it means them separately, but it just plumped them all together.
Like
it's one word.
Ar.
Buccaneer pirate cruise.
A buccaneer pirate cruise.
Pirate words and phrases, great.
We've somehow sliced this into a Pirates of the Caribbean episode.
Yeah, we have. We have indeed.
Shall we give Indiana Jones Temple of Doom a rating, Corey?
Yes.
While we continue the perhaps pirate theme Indiana Jones.
Okay.
I'm gonna come straight out there with a 6.5. Now. Effects are good, actions are good acting. K.U. Kwan, big highlight. Indiana Jones, big highlight. Love the action, great practical effects with the heart coming out and the Kalimar and all of that. I'm a bit set back by the times. I'm sorry. Maybe it is a bit too dark in points. I did feel like the sort of light tone of an Indiana Jones adventure is kind of sometimes lost.
Yeah.
When, he's having black blood forced down his throat.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. And maybe you like that kind of thing. But I feel like Indiana Jones should have the peril, should have the danger, yes. But it's like watching a fairy tale. Same with Star Wars. It's like, it can be different things, yes, sure thing. But at the end of the day, you're watching, and a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, you're watching an adventure story of this swashbuckling buccaneer Errol Flynn type, and they always end in the happy ending.
Yeah.
For one reason or the other.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it a 6.5. I know you're going to rate it highly. Also, I'm prepping for you to rate it highly, so that's why it's gone that level. And you're going to give it.
Well, I gave Raiders 7.5. And I said I prefer the Raiders. So I'm going to give it an 8.
8.
Because it's got to get higher than Raiders. It's not that much better than Raiders. I like it for different reasons.
Okay.
I like this because it's funny and it's silly and whatever. But if I'm like, I want a not a realistic adventure, but something a bit more grounded in the real world, then I would go for Raiders. Not like a giant border.
This is dark.
Running for a temple is realistic.
This is dark, but it does have the fancy elements.
That's what I mean. If I wanted something a bit more fun, I'd pick this one.
Yeah.
A bit more serious, I'd pick Raiders. Last Crusade just exists, I guess.
Well, Last Crusade will be next couple of weeks for us.
It will be.
And the weekly rec is Corey.
It's me again.
Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Is it themed?
Kind of. So, last time, do you remember what I recommended?
No, Corey, you're going to have to remind me.
I recommended Communopoly.
Oh, right.
From Noah Rose Bard.
Indeed you did.
I did indeed. So I'm going to stick to a similar theme.
Oh, dear.
What does Indiana Jones not like?
Snakes.
Exactly.
Oh, no, Corey.
So he wouldn't like...
You've recommended snakes and ladders he wouldn't like.
He wouldn't like snakes and ladders.
He wouldn't like snakes and snakes.
He especially wouldn't like it if all the ladders were snakes.
Okay, this is the No Rolls Barred video.
Correct.
On the same YouTube channel of Snakes and Snakes.
Yep.
Played by a hand of the house rules.
Yep.
Of Sullivan Poe Brown.
Yep.
And Adam Blampier.
Correct.
What would you rate this episode, Corey?
A snake out of 10.
A snake out of 10.
Yeah.
That's a 7 and an 8.
Yeah. It was meant to be snake and 8
okay.
put together. It didn't quite work out how I wanted
Well, a
to.
7 or an 8 or a 6 or
I
something.
could have just gone 7, which would have been maybe a bit better than that.
It would have, because it would have the snake's hiss.
Yeah.
Corey, which would have been better, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go 8.
Well, no, I tried to go snake and then put the 8 at the end of the, like...
You could have gone 6 or...
Yeah, but 6 is too low.
7.
Yeah.
You can't go 8.
No, I was trying to go snake.
Oh.
Like snake and then 8 halfway
But you said
through.
snake.
Yeah.
Or Snape.
Because snake and then 8. Snake. See how it works together?
Snahate.
How it fits?
Snahate.
That, yeah, might have been better. Anyway, 8 out of 10.
But that means you hate it. But you don't hate it, you like it.
No, I like it. Give it an 8 out of 10.
I like Sullivan Poe Brown.
So also, I mean, obviously, Last Crusade, I've now got to try and figure out how to rope another board game into that one.
I don't know how we've somehow managed to connect Indiana Jones with board games and pirates.
Yeah.
2 things that Indiana Jones has yet to make use of.
We'll
find a way.
No board games, no pirates.
Maybe we should make some kind of audio drama. Indiana Jones goes on with his different adventure. We don't call him Indiana Jones, obviously, copyright free.
Maybe Indiana Jones finds...
call him
you know what?
John Indiana.
We've merged him with Pirates of the
City of Fortune.
We've merged him with Pirates of the Caribbean. What if he just finds Jumanji?
Yeah, exactly. But it's like a pirate Jumanji. It's like
Jumanji.
Yeah, it's an Atlantis Jumanji. Oh wait, isn't there pirates already in Jumanji?
Which one? I don't know if there's any original.
Oh,
I have not seen the Rock and Kevin Hart and Jack Black and Karen Gillan version.
yeah, Karen Gillan.
And that one guy from
Nick Jonas.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, exactly. I knew exactly who you're talking about. That one guy from the Jonas Brothers.
I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I only know. Is it that one or is it another one? I'm not sure. There's 2 of them. They all look the same to me.
Pirate board game. No, not a board game based on pirates. I mean a real life actual. Pirates must have had a... They did.
Pirate board game.
They did. They probably played like some kind of dice thing or something, surely.
Pop the Pirate. Thank you very much.
Indiana Jones finds Pop the Pirate, but transports him to like a pirate.
I'm trying to finish the episode, Corey. I'm trying to finish the damn episode.
Oh, I've got to shut my Pop. Oh, no.
Thank you very much for putting up with our review of Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom.
Pirates did play board games.
6. Shut up. Shut up. A 6.5 and an 8 from us. And go and watch the No Rolls Barred video.
Ooh, poker.
For Snakes and Snakes and House Rules. Corey gives it a good rating. We both like it.
Yep.
Thank you. It's a goodbye from me. Goodbye. And a goodbye from Corey.
Goodbye.